Michelle Loomis, but I go by Mickey, and so that's what we call you, as Mickey Loomis. And we're glad to have you here this evening. And we'd like to just have you share a little bit about your testimony, how you were born here in Eugene, moved away, came back, went to high school, and then let's pick it up about your skating. Tell me a little bit about your skating.
I did competitive roller skating, and I was a state champion, and I was getting where I didn't have a competition in the area, so I turned professional. And my skaters were just starting to win states and stuff like that. And I got in a car accident.
So you got in a car accident. Do you remember how old you were when you got in a car accident?
I was 24.
24 years of age.
24.
Yeah. Can you relate that experience to us? What happened? What was the severity of the accident? Do you remember that?
I remember from being told. But it was a real bad car accident, and I was over by South Eugene. I was on my way to work, and it was my first day back to work because I'd been my fiance, so I was upset and I was crying, and I ran a red light, and I got hit by a car that was speeding a little bit. And my car flew 60 feet.
So were you in an intersection, or were you just traveling down the road?
At the intersection,
Okay.
with the red light.
Red light, sitting there, minding your own business, and somebody hit you, going about 60 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Okay.
And my car flew, I'm not sure how far, but went a long ways because it hit me hard. And I went immediately into a coma.
Yeah.
And didn't break anything or did hurt anything but my brain. At the brain stem, that's your most important part of your brain.
Sure.
It's what controls everything. Your thoughts and your physical abilities and your memory and everything. And I went into a coma, and they took me to the hospital, and I was in ICU for 2 months, and then because they gave up on me ever coming out of the coma because I had so much damage to my brain.
Amazing.
They put me in a rest home for the rest of my life.
So that was their thought and intent, is we've done all we can do in the hospital, 2.5 months. They then say, we're going to have to just put you in a care center because they thought she's not going to make it anyway. Let's just take her there, and then we'll see what happens. Is that right?
Yeah. Well, they didn't say, we'll see what happens.
They didn't give much
hope.
Just
let her die there.
Is that
basically,
right?
And they took my family to a room and told them that.
Okay.
So it was a...
Yeah, they were just saying, she's not going to live. Just prepare for that.
Yeah. And I went there for 2 weeks, and I started coming out of the coma. And I was not good. I mean, I didn't just pop out of a coma. I would just heal automatically.
Right.
Came out, and they said I did enough damage to my brain where I should have been paralyzed from the neck down.
Right.
But I wasn't. Just my left side was partially paralyzed.
Okay.
And my right side was just really weak, and it shook really bad all the time. So I had to have
so
my
it was like
body
involuntary shaking then.
Yeah. And then this I didn't do anything at all, so I kind of, it was embarrassing, but I didn't know I was embarrassed, so it was okay.
Yeah. You didn't know you were embarrassed, but
No.
you would have normally been embarrassed, but you didn't know any.
When I think back about it,
Yeah.
man, that must have been embarrassing, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
And so, no, wherever.
So then you're like 2 weeks, you start coming out of the coma.
So they sent me back to the hospital to rehab.
Wow.
To a different floor.
Right.
And I was back in the hospital for another 2.5, 3 months again for rehab. Then they sent me home. They said that was the best thing for me, was just to go home and start adapting, because I thought I was as well as I was going to get.
Now, were you able to walk at this time or not?
No.
You're totally bedridden.
Well, yeah, I was. They got me to the point where I could sit in a wheelchair, you know.
Okay.
I couldn't hold my head up or anything.
Sure.
I sat there and shook half my body, and the other half didn't shake, and my head just fell down straight.
Yeah.
And they taught me how to eat, but because one of my lungs had collapsed, and I wasn't swallowing right, I forgot how to swallow was one thing. I was choking all the time, and I couldn't hardly talk. I didn't talk for months, but when I finally did talk, it was really, you think I'm quiet now, I was really quiet then.
So you wouldn't say very much then?
No.
Yeah.
For a long time, I would say yes and no, and
just basic responses,
Yeah.
not a conversation.
I was like a newborn baby. I didn't
Yeah.
know anything. I didn't get well. I didn't know anybody. I didn't know my family. I didn't know what had happened. I didn't know what a hospital was.
Uh-huh.
I was just
Huh.
existing.
So how long was the transition process, or what was going through your mind during this time? Do you remember any of that? Or obviously it was a difficult time for you. So is there any point in time that you thought to yourself, I'm going to walk again, or anything like that? Or
They kept trying to get me to walk, and I thought, these people must be crazy. Obviously, they can't walk. Why are they making me do
Yeah,
this?
yeah.
And they wouldn't quit making me walk, although I couldn't. I couldn't even take 3 steps.
Sure.
And I had to hang on to these poles, and I just fell on during the poles.
Right.
And I hated it.
Yeah.
And I hated life, and I hated myself, and I
Okay.
hated the doctors, and I was full of hate.
Sure. And how long did that hate last? Do you remember how long that lasted? How long a period of time?
Years.
Years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Probably 2.5 years.
2.5 years. So in that 2.5 years, did you ever then finally say, I'm going to try and walk? Or you said, well, you kept thinking, why are they making me walk when I can't walk?
Well, because I didn't know that
Yeah.
I could say no and just not do it. They told me to do it, so I thought I had to do it.
Okay.
So that's the only reason why I did it. It made
Sure.
me mad, but they said I had to do it. I didn't have a choice. So.
Yeah.
And I wasn't going to walk up until, well, it's probably a year when I started thinking, okay, if I can't do anything else, I'm going to walk.
Okay.
And I lived in a foster home for head injured people.
Yes.
And everybody has a different head injury, and they hurt a different part of their brain, so they have all of these different problems.
Okay.
And I felt like I was in a crazy house. And the people were really absurd, but I was one of them.
So you thought you were in a crazy house, and you didn't realize that from others, maybe you looked like one too. Is that right?
Yeah, well, yeah,
Okay.
fit right in. I had no problem with that.
Oh, that's funny.
And I hated it there.
Yeah.
And it was so boring, and had nothing to do. And first I didn't want to do anything, and they kept making me do things. I had to go to rehab 5 times a week, like 5 hours a day.
Wow.
And they retaught me everything because I had to learn. Couldn't count to 3, couldn't say ABCs. I didn't know how many days were in the week. I was
Sure.
totally had to go up all over again, learn
Yeah.
everything all over again.
Yeah.
And the thing about it was this time, it was harder because I had such memory problems. I couldn't remember 10 minutes after they taught me. It was gone. And
Yeah.
I thought, well, what do they think this is? How am I supposed to find? They keep telling me I have a memory problem, and they're trying to make me remember, and I can't do it.
Yeah. So at what point did changes begin to happen that were really noticeable into this whole journey of you recovering?
Well, I hate to say this, but I became a little rebellious brat.
Sure.
And I go back to my room, and so they weren't allowed to come in my rooms with the doors shut.
Okay.
But I wasn't allowed to get them out of my wheelchair if I was back there, because if I got hurt, they could get sued.
Yeah, right.
So I parked 3 feet from the bed, and I'd walk 3 feet and fall on the bed.
Yeah.
And that's how I learned to walk again. That was
Really?
the beginning.
Wow.
I'm walking there. I thought, well, okay, I'm gonna walk up and back in the closet, and I didn't make it.
Uh-oh.
And when half your body's paralyzed, it's really tough to get up again.
Sure.
So I was back there for hours, but nobody came looking for me because I wasn't supposed to be doing any of that
Yeah.
stuff, and they weren't supposed to come in my room. And I just lay back there, and I fell asleep, and then I woke up and thought, okay, give this one more shot.
Okay.
And I finally dragged myself over to the bed. I thought, okay, that's the end of that. We'll never go that far again.
Okay.
I'll go back to my 3 feet.
All right. Okay. So then what happened?
And then, which they didn't know I was doing all this. So I told them I didn't need the wheelchair anymore, and I wanted a walker. And that was
Right.
it. And they
So
said,
I
well,
had it with this, huh?
yeah. And they said, oh, Mickey, sorry, I'm really sorry about this, but
We're not going to do that.
yeah.
Okay.
And I said, well, take me to my therapist and let her tell you I can't do it.
Sure.
So I went back to my therapist, and she had me trying. I could do it. I could
Wow.
with a walker. I could do it. So they had to give me a walker.
Okay.
And then I went from walker to crutches.
Yeah.
With the rings for your arms. And then I made them take me take those back, and they kept saying, now they kept thinking I was in denial.
Yeah, right.
I'm doing this. What are you talking about denial? I'm doing it.
Yeah.
And so then finally I got to cane, and then one day I thought they were taking me off the therapy class. I thought, well, I don't want this cane anymore. It's not helping me, and I'm just gonna hide back in my room, and I'm going without it.
Yeah.
So I walked back to the car and everything. We got all the way to the therapy place, and they said, "Where's your cane, Mickey?" Well, it's back at home.
Yeah.
And so they made me go all the way back and get it.
Oh, no.
Well, and I can understand why, because they would be liable for me
Yeah,
if
right.
I was to
right.
get hurt.
But you got out there under your own power without the cane.
Well, no one was watching me, so
Nobody's
I wouldn't do
Oh.
And then, but then they said, okay, you can leave the cane at the door, but you need to walk in with the cane and out with the cane.
I
So
see.
I got
So at least they could see it and be like they're covered if something happened. Yeah.
and I wouldn't be likely to get hurt
Right.
if I was inside.
Okay.
And besides, they didn't trust me anyway. So, so then I finally got to the place where they let me move out on my own with a caretaker.
Really? Fantastic.
Yeah.
So how long was this from the actual accident to that point in time?
I'd say 3 years.
3 years.
Between 2 and 3.
When they had completely written you off from the point that they said, she's not going to live, prepared your family that you weren't going to live, and then you progressed. You were using a wheelchair. Then from the wheelchair, you used a walker. And then from the walker, you went to a cane. And then you said, I don't need that cane. I'm going to walk without the cane.
Crutches.
Oh, crutches. I missed that step. You're right. Crutches as well. So it was a progression that was
Yes.
happening. Okay. And then the crutches to the cane, is that what happened?
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
And then I got to leave the cane at the door, and then finally I got okay to go without the cane at all. And I got to go live out on my own.
Yes.
And I graduated. So what you have to do is you have to graduate from therapy.
I see.
And I graduated before everybody that was there when I got in there.
Right.
And I wasn't ever supposed to, I mean, they pretty much hung my coat on there, whatever. I had a real good time there, but I can't remember it, so never mind.
Huh.
Anyway, I had graduated before everybody. And meanwhile, after I had moved out,
Yes.
up to that point, I was just ticked at God.
You're mad at God.
Man, he
So you'd
was-
had a relationship with him before.
Yes.
But then through the accident, you were mad at him, didn't like God, angry at God.
And if there is a God, which I can't believe that there's a God that loves me, that would allow this to happen to
Sure.
me. And besides, if you can raise your son from the dead, you could have moved my car over a foot. So
Right.
this is all your
So
fault.
you're trying to process this. How could God do this? How could he allow that?
I
Yeah.
just kept on conclusion that
Yeah.
if he did, I don't like him.
Okay.
And I'd be in bed at night trying to go to sleep, and then my days, my nights all mixed up.
Yes.
So I could never go to sleep, and God would try to talk to me.
Uh-huh.
And I said, I'm not talking to you. Be quiet.
So you could hear the voice of the Lord speaking to you, and you said, I don't want to talk to you. Don't talk to me.
Get out of here. Leave me alone.
Yeah, leave me alone.
You,
I don't believe in you anyway after all this, right?
I'm just not quite sure what kind of God you are.
Yeah.
And then, so finally, when I was so depressed, because
Sure.
that's how your brain's what covers your emotions.
Right.
And so when that gets hurt,
Yeah, damaged. Uh-huh.
that's why most financial people go in deep depression.
Sure.
And even one of my friends killed suicide.
Right.
She killed herself because
She just couldn't take the
I
depression.
wanted to more than anything in the world. But I didn't trust the fact I could even do that, right? So I thought, okay,
So you
I'm not
didn't-
going to do it.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to make things worse than they were, and they were
Right.
pretty bad, I thought. So, nope, not going to do that.
Good.
And I got mad at God when because I couldn't go to sleep, and I was miserable, and I was deeply depressed, and it just, life was what I considered hell.
Yeah.
But I knew hell had to be worse than that. If there's nothing close to that, this
Yeah.
is it.
Yeah.
And so I said, okay, God, here's the deal. making deals with God as if little brain angel girl from Eugene, Oregon saying, okay, God, I'll make a deal with you.
Right.
I said, okay, God, I'm going to forgive you, God. I'm going to forgive you. I won't be angry with you anymore.
So you actually said that to the Lord. I'm going to forgive you,
Yeah.
and I won't be angry at you anymore.
Yep. And I said, but I am only spending 10 minutes a day, no more, no less. 10 minutes, you got to prove yourself in that 10 minutes. Or
So you gave him an ultimatum. 10 minutes, you got to prove yourself to me in 10 minutes. That's all I'm giving you per day. And if you can't do it, then we're done.
Yep.
Okay?
Basically, you're God,
Yeah, yeah.
and I'm just not going to deal with this.
Yeah.
I'm giving you a chance.
Right.
And that was the best 10 minutes of the entire day. And
Really?
I felt calm. And that's the only time I've been calm.
Yeah.
Since I said at peace during that 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But I only gave them 10 minutes. So
Okay.
that I stood by
You
that.
had to get it done in a 10-minute time frame.
You're gone now. I don't care whether I was happy or not.
Yeah.
And the weird thing about it was I hadn't felt happy since I got in the accident.
Sure.
So I didn't know what this feeling was. And at first
Sure.
I thought, I think I'm ODing on my medication or something. Cause
You were ODing. You thought you were ODing on your medication.
yeah, because I thought, well, this is pretty good, so I think I'll just go ahead. And so then now I was like,
You said, I'm going to OD on my medication. But you said, I better not do that.
I was talking about so then during that 10 minutes, it was the best 10 minutes. And it was
Yeah.
it made life worth living. Because I
Really?
could think, okay,
Fantastic.
you to go to bed tonight, you got 10 minutes.
Yeah, okay, I'm giving you the time frame, God. This is it.
And I finally said, okay, God, I'm going to give you 15.
So you increased it by 5 minutes.
And I did that for a long time. Little by little, 10%, I said, okay, God, I know when the world I'm doing this.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you the whole thing. I'll give you my whole life. I'll give you every minute
Wow.
of the day. And at the end, I forgive you and you're good,
Wow.
God. And then I thought, okay, this is the little brain damaged girl from Eugene, Oregon.
Sure.
Forgiving God. And this is you being a little bit, you have the right perspective on this, Mickey.
Yeah.
And so then I started walking, and I couldn't read,
Uh-huh.
so I couldn't read the Bible.
Right.
And God taught me to read by reading the Bible.
He
I
did.
couldn't read anything else but the Bible.
Right.
And I can't believe God could do this because I was not in tune with reality.
Sure.
But, so he gave me scriptures. He talked to me. I'd ask him a question, and I opened the Bible up, and there'd be the answer.
Really?
And everybody would say, you need to memorize your verses because there was no way in there so I could memorize them.
Right.
But so what I did was I wrote them down, and I hung them up all over my room. So I figured I'd see them anytime I needed to see them. So I had healing scriptures hung up all over my room.
Right.
And I started going around in my apartments to all these places, friends I had made,
Yeah.
and witnessing to them and all this stuff.
Wow.
And I started praying for people to be healed.
Yeah.
And no, I did at that point. I prayed for people a lot.
Sure.
But so then I got this great idea.
So you got a great idea. So now you've progressed.
I'm-
You're not mad at God anymore. You're going around. You're talking to God daily. You're loving it. And now you're praying for people. Is that right? Fantastic.
And then, so I needed something to do, and I couldn't find something to do. So I said, okay, I'm going to take one class up at Eugene Bible College. And I didn't get anything out of the whole class because there was no way.
Yeah.
But the one thing I did get was I didn't know what I was going to do with the rest of my life. And everyone was saying, well, what do you want to do, Mickey? What do you want to do?
Yeah.
I can find it. I can't even hardly walk. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
And he said, if you don't know what your calling is from God, go home and ask him.
Okay.
So I said, okay,
Now, the
God.
professor said this in Bible college. Is that
Yeah,
right? So
yeah.
you'd gone to Bible college, Eugene Bible College. Didn't really learn anything, but the one thing that stuck out to you was the professor said, what do you want to do in life? Go ask God. Go home and ask God.
So I went home and asked God.
Yeah. What did he say?
I thought this was really cool. So the next day I went to the assembly.
Yeah.
And there was this one lad that they had one of those kind of crutches like I had. He
Sure.
had polio or some kind of
Oh, I
polio.
see.
I'm not sure what it was. And God said, go pray for him. I said, nope.
Yeah.
Just like I did all on that. So I said no.
Yeah.
And he said, Mickey, go pray for him. I said, God, I can't walk down all these stairs and I can't walk up and I'm not going to walk up for all these people and pray for them. I'm just not going to do it.
Sure.
And he said, Mickey, pray for him.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, here's the thing. I'm making deals with God again. I'll pray from here. I'm not going there. I'll pray
So it's
from here.
like, he'll be over there, I'll pray from here, and that's as good as it's going to get.
And then,
Yeah.
if you
So you're
want-
back to talking to God and arguing with God, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's so merciful.
He is, isn't he?
And so I prayed for him to be healed.
Yeah.
And nothing happened. And I
Okay.
saw him the next day.
So did you do it from a distance then? Is that what you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
I prayed for him. And he was just as disabled as he was when I walked
Okay.
in. But I saw him the next day and he was totally healed.
Wow.
And,
So he was totally healed the next day.
and
So
I-
the day you prayed for him, nothing happened, nothing transpired. But the next day, he was completely and totally healed.
And I was so excited.
No kidding.
I was trying to talk and I couldn't hardly talk when I was that excited.
Yeah.
Plus I couldn't hardly talk anyway.
Yeah.
But I said, what happened? What happened? He says, I don't know. I came home, went to bed that night, and I woke up this morning healed.
Praise God.
And I said, oh my God.
Yeah.
So then I knew that was what I was called to.
Right.
'Cause-
Start praying for people, especially for them to be healed.
yeah.
Fantastic.
And so then I got this great idea that I was going to move to Missouri and go to Vineyard
Okay.
College, Bible College.
Yeah.
All by myself. At this point, I was probably, I'd say 13 mentally.
Okay.
I was still really pretty
Right.
disabled. I couldn't drive. Didn't know anybody there.
Right.
I knew one person that was there, but I didn't think I'd ever seen him there.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I decided that's what I was going to go to do. And so I moved to Missouri,
Wow.
and
What city? Do you remember what city you moved to in Missouri?
Kansas City.
Kansas City, Missouri.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I didn't like that much.
Yeah.
It was
So you didn't care for it?
no,
Okay.
but it was. I knew that God
You had
told me
gone
to
there
go.
for that period of time.
God had given me scripture that I would go any place He asked me to go.
Sure.
And so when He asked me to go to Vineyard Church in Kansas
Right.
City, I said, "Okay, God, you said, I said, and you said," and so I did.
Uh-huh.
And so then I went there for the last term of the year, and then
Okay.
I came home for summer.
Right.
And on my way home, my back started hurting.
Okay.
And by the time I got home, I couldn't hardly walk. And by the time I got to my dad's house
Yeah.
in Portland,
Yeah.
I couldn't go home to Eugene because I couldn't move.
Sure.
And then I went home to Eugene, and I finally went to the doctor the first week, and he said, "You need to have surgery on your back.
Oh, my
We
goodness.
have a broken and a cracked disc."
Yeah.
So I was going to go back to Kansas City.
I see. For the
that-
next term, the fall
Yeah.
term. Yeah.
But being I had to have back surgery, and I
Right.
was in so much pain stuff, I just didn't. And let's see, where
So then did you come back down here and have the surgery then? Did you do that?
I came back here,
Uh-huh.
I had the surgery,
Mhm.
and it hurt. They have right back surgery if you don't need it.
Don't do it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And be careful with your back, or you could come to me.
Yeah. Yeah. That's okay.
And then so God just had been so miraculous. And I go in to rest home, and I go
Right.
in and I go and pray for all these people.
Right.
People.
So you were looking for different places to pray for people then. You were
Yeah.
just going and doing it.
And I was just doing whatever I could do.
Yeah, that's
and
awesome.
I went in, and there's one brain injured woman,
Uh-huh.
and I went in, and she was in a deep coma.
Sure.
And I prayed for her to be healed, and she wasn't healed.
Mhm.
Do you know Jesus? And she didn't answer me, of course.
Yeah.
But she didn't, because I found out a little bit about her history
Uh-huh.
and stuff. But so then I said, well, I don't want you to be in it.
Yeah.
You've got to know the Lord.
Yes.
So she didn't budge. And I said, if you want me to see Jesus, squeeze my hand.
Yeah.
I thought that would be a miracle if she squeezed my
Right.
hand. And she squeezed my hand.
She's in a coma, but yet she heard you and squeezed your hand.
And I thought, That might not be true. I better go along around the other side, try to
Yeah,
see
yeah.
it. So I went around the other side just squeeze I had to.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, one more time, just make sure. And she received the Lord.
Wow.
She did it, and she died
She did.
within 2 weeks.
So the Lord really cared about her eternal condition.
More
Than her healing physically.
And, see,
Yeah.
and the thing about praying for her to come out of the coma was I had a real hard time doing that because that was another thing I was so mad at God about was for bringing me out of the coma. Everyone would say, "That's such a miracle you brought you out of the coma."
Yeah.
I'm going, it was a lot easier when I was in a coma.
Right.
And then, so she died. And,
Yeah.
And then I met his father,
Mm-hmm.
and we got married shortly after. So I didn't go back to Colorado,
Right.
Kansas City. And then, so, I forget him.
So Daniel was born.
He's a little sweetie.
Yes.
See how red I can make him be.
That's funny.
And he was a miracle himself.
Sure.
I wasn't supposed to.
Have kids?
Well, they told me they didn't think I ever could get pregnant. And his
Right.
dad wanted me to have a child. And no, I don't know.
Right.
I'm not going to do it. And so one morning when I was half asleep, God said, go off the pill. And
Yeah.
again, we started arguing with God. No, I'm not going to go off the pill. I'm not ready to have a child. I'm
Right.
still a child myself.
Huh.
And then he said, go off the pill.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, God, I'll go off the pill. But if this is just you, if this is just me, don't let me get pregnant. If
Right.
it's you, I'll get
Right.
pregnant. And I got pregnant within 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
And I was supposed to be at least this. If you ever get pregnant, it'll be at least 6 months.
Okay.
So he's a little
Miracle
little
baby.
miracle baby.
That's great.
What'd you say?
So some time transpired then, and as time transpired, they going all the way from number one, you'll not live, you'll die, to wheelchair, walker, crutches, cane, no cane, going to Bible college, going to another Bible college, praying for the sick. And so where are we at today with all this? What's happened? I mean, bring us up to speed on what's going on now.
Okay, can I say one more
Yeah,
thing from
please,
the
go
past?
ahead. Absolutely.
They called me a walking miracle at the
Yeah.
hospital.
Yeah.
Even at the hospital. And the one thing that I liked about when I could hardly walk and I could hardly talk was because people would look at me and they would want to know what happened.
Sure.
So I'd tell them what happened.
Yeah.
And I could preach to them. I could say, God, why not?
Yeah.
Although I don't know how much I heard or understood, but
Yes.
but it was a good opportunity. It brought me a lot of
Wonderful.
opportunities.
That's wonderful.
And God still maturing me, and
Yeah.
I'm learning to sing, and after not being able to do anything, not being able to speak, not being able to,
Yeah.
sing and to walk, and I was, before I broke my shoulder, I was learning to run again, but when I broke my shoulder, I haven't tried running.
So now, did they ever think you would drive again?
No,
They never thought you'd drive again.
I drive again.
I know that you do, but tell us about that. You drive.
Well, they gave me a test.
Uh-huh.
What I needed to be able to drive again. I didn't lose all that.
Right.
But I lost the memory. I lost everything
Sure.
else I need to. But I said I was going to drive again.
Yeah, you said that. I'm going to drive again.
And I did.
Yeah.
And I made them take me back to the hospital and okay. And I had to make them do everything for me. Because they just didn't believe.
Right.
Nobody can believe what God did.
Yeah.
And nobody knows what it's like to grow up all over again.
Sure.
And to do
So
it.
it's like you had a second childhood in a sense.
Oh,
then.
yeah, it was a miserable second childhood.
Yeah. Miserable second childhood.
It was.
Uh-huh.
But, as miserable as it was,
Yeah.
as much as I would love to kill myself several times.
Right.
And
And that's reality, isn't it?
Yeah.
We don't sugarcoat that. That
No.
is That's through the hurt, the pain, the depression,
And I
all
would
of
have
that.
done it just like my friend did it.
Yeah.
If I would have been more sure that I
Sure.
could get the job done.
Sure. You didn't want to chance that.
No.
Because you didn't want to be worse off than you were.
No,
Yeah.
that was a nightmare.
Yeah.
But after I received the Lord back again,
Uh-huh.
He never left me.
Amen.
And you know what I know? I know that He was with me the whole time when
Sure
I
He
was
was.
turning my head and I was saying, get lost.
Yeah.
And all the times I was not very nice to him.
Yeah.
He was just saying, oh, it's just in time.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for the right time.
Yeah.
You're going to come back again.
Good.
And
So He was just loving you back
yeah.
until you began to walk fully with Him.
And back when I could hardly talk,
Uh-huh.
I had something really neat godly things. But so I wrote tons of letters to Jesus,
Uh-huh.
and that helped my memory a lot because I write these letters to Jesus.
Yes.
And they're letters by the Holy Spirit because I go back and read them now, and I can't believe I know they're from the Holy Spirit.
Sure.
And Jesus and I had a real close, intimate relationship. It
yeah.
wasn't just a God and me. It
Yeah.
was,
And He really wants that for everybody.
oh yeah.
That's the kind of relationship that He wants with all of us, is at that level.
And that's what He's trying.
Yeah.
That's what receiving Jesus in your heart is.
Yeah.
It's becoming one with Him.
That's exactly right. Well, that's wonderful. I'm so glad that you were able to come tonight, share your story, and give God the victory, and that we would glorify Him. That going from literally a place of not expected to live to where you're living by yourself, you able to drive, have a son, and do things that have really defied what doctors said wouldn't happen. It was totally miraculous.
It really is. And when
Yeah.
I think back about how bad I was,
Uh-huh.
sorry, it even shocks me. Even though a lot of it was, and the fun thing was I learned that when you want something from God,
Right.
you got to take the first step.
Yeah.
You have to step out of the boat.
Okay.
Before you can ever walk on the water, you got to
Sure.
step out of the boat.
Sure.
And a lot of times that stepping out of the boat is terrifying.
Yes.
But if you don't step, you'll never get there.
Yeah.
And
Well, what I'd like us to do as we close our time together, I just want us to pray. There may be people that are listening or watching this DVD, and what we want to do is we want to pray for them, that maybe they feel like they're in a hopeless situation, and we're just going to agree together, you and I and those that are here with us tonight, that God would intervene in their situation. They may be mad at God. They may be hating God right now. They may be really ticked off at God right now. They may be depressed or whatever. But we're going to pray that the Lord would just prove Himself strong on their behalf.
God says the worst will become the best.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of times you have to get down to the bottom of the barrel before you ever look up and you ever say, okay, God, I give up.
Yeah.
This honestly is not worth
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And He's there.
Yes, He is.